And we're already starting off great. Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome to the Dudeist Journey. I'm your host, the Reverend Phillip Guy. And I'm glad you're all here with me today on this wonderful time as we're all getting ready for Valentine's Day. Now, before we get started, I like to tell people that Dudeism is a philosophy. It's not so much a religion. We are trying to work towards religious status, but we're more of a non-profit organization, so to speak. But you can be any religion and still be a Dudeist. You know, you can adapt it. Dudeism is basically modern day Taoism. Just as there is an art of war, there is an art of peace, and we practice the art of peace here. That's what we try to do. We try to look at different religions and philosophies and science, try to find the connections, man. Try to find out where we all agree, you know. Because that's important. And today we're talking about Taoism. I'm actually talking about some of the teachings and lessons of modern day Taoism that might be able to help some folks kind of more understand Dudeism. Okay. And first, I just want to start off by apologizing about the history.com of Christmas episode. Very depressing. Yeah, I had like this whole bad realization about dying alone on Christmas and all kinds of shit. It was fucking just going back and listening to it, I'm like, God damn, I am depressed. Holy shit, I need to see somebody. Like, holy fuck, I need help. Because I'm helping everyone else, man. I'm helping a lot of people, trying to help everybody, and it's tough, man. You know, I don't have my lady friend, but I got some new lady friends, and it's been difficult. Okay, so here's the thing. I started this podcast in 2020 when my little brother died of an overdose, and I started writing sermons, and I started doing the podcast here, and then I lost my wife of 22 years to cancer in December of 2022. So dealing with a lot of shit. Yeah, lots of fun. I don't like death. Death needs to fuck off for a little while, okay? Just give me a break here. I'm trying to breathe. So I've been dealing with a lot, and it's been tough. And my wife, before she passed, she made me promise that I would love again, that I would go out there into the dating world. But, you know, I mean, we're in the dating world in my 40s. Like, really? It's just like, I don't know, man. It's the dating pool feels more like a cesspool. But I'm like, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put myself out there. Now, I'm not getting on the apps, man. I'm too freaked out about the fucking apps. Not doing the apps. Sorry. I want to meet you in person. Someone I know, someone's real, don't want to get catfished. Lord knows I've fallen into enough thirst traps. Shit. But so on January 1st, I changed my Facebook status from widowed to single. Now, my Facebook page is not public. I do have a public Facebook page for my, you know, my art stuff and everything and my books. But I have a personal page, and I've got friends of all walks of life from all over the years. Well, so January 1st, I changed the status to single. January 2nd, I start getting some DMs, okay? So I made a couple lady friends, you know, and one of them was one I used to work with, and we had a night together, which was nice, but there were some issues. I don't know if I should go into too much detail, but I'll just tell you it had to do with, fuck it, why not? We'll just talk about it, shit, fuck it. Because this is just, I don't know, it's kind of funny to me. So, I don't know what the average penis size is. Obviously, I haven't given a shit. 22 years didn't really fucking matter. But my wife always told me, hey, you're bigger than average. And I do have to wear, when it comes to condoms, I do have to wear magnums, okay? So I'm not going to go into specifics, but basically this gal that I was with, this lady friend, she was like, you're too big. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't think that would ever a problem. And she was like, what? I'm not a fucking porn star. Are you kidding me? Like, At one, we did try being intimate, but at one point she was like, "I can feel you in my tonsils," and she, so I got really insecure. Like, what the fuck is this? So I Google average penis size, right? And it is not 6 inches like I was told. No, I was told it's now like 4. And if you're above 5, you're considered large. And if your girth, which is the measurement around, uh, if you're over like 4, so I'm like, well, shit, I guess I'm now in the large category. But when I talk to certain women, they're like, no, that you sound more like your average size. Like 6 inches, I think, is more average. But anyway, so I got all insecure. So I got a date with another lady friend. I'm going to go spend the night with her. And I'm getting like all insecure about like, is my penis too big? Right? Like, and so, but I talked to her. She was like, no, you're average. You're fine. So I was like, I don't know what was up with that. And it turned out that the first lady friend apparently has like a narrow opening, and she's only been with certain guys. So, okay. But that threw me the fuck off. It threw me off there for a minute, like I said, I'm still trying to date and see folks, but it's I don't know, man. I got so much shit on my fucking plate, and I'm trying to juggle so many things, and like right now, I've come to the realization that basically what I'm doing with this podcast would be considered an online ministry. So I am filing a nonprofit organization. I qualify for the easy form, which is kind of streamlined. It's like 3 pages. And I technically qualify as a religious organization, a religious nonprofit organization. So guess what, folks? I am going to start going ahead, and because some folks have asked about donating, and so I'm going to set it up. I'm going to be setting up an account and a website and everything for my nonprofit, which will be the Church of Latter-day Dude Blue Ridge, which is where I'm at. So I'm out in Blue Ridge. So I'm going to try to do what I can to help the folks here in Blue Ridge. We've got food banks. The schools are, low income. So I can start taking donations to help out organizations here. And, get new equipment when necessary, because I didn't realize these fucking microphones were so expensive. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good mic because it's like it cuts out a lot of editing time. It gets the sound good. It cuts out background noise. Like usually I'm having to do some audio engineering, but with this microphone, it cuts out a lot of that shit. So it's really nice. Very nice. I like it much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've been busy. I've been dealing with things, but right now I'm recording this at like 3 in the morning on February 10th. Now, why is that a particular problem? Why couldn't I sleep tonight? I didn't know why, but it's because my late wife and I started dating on February 10th, 1997. And so this day, and then our anniversary, which is April 14th, and her birthday on August 9th, and the day of her death, which was December 8th. Those days fuck with me. And I'm trying to deal with the grief, man. I'm trying to deal with it. It's tough. I actually finally found a grief counselor to talk to. I am going to go to therapy. But the funny thing is, the only appointment she had an availability on was Valentine's Day. So I will be spending my Valentine's Day with a grief counselor. And I wish it was like one of those virtual visits, because then I can smoke. I can't. No, you can't smoke anywhere anymore, man. I got to tell you, I mean, can you still smoke at the Waffle House? Fucking shit. It doesn't feel like you can go anywhere and smoke. It fucking sucks as a smoker. It fucking sucks. So I usually, whenever I have to do like a meeting or a doctor visit or something, I try to do a virtual visit if I can, so I can smoke while we do the visit. and having to talk about my grief and pain on Valentine's Day of all time. Well, yeah, you know. Now, I have 2 kids, and I got them stuff for Valentine's Day. Everyone gets a box of fucking chocolates and shit, okay? So, here, you're loved, you know? As for myself, I don't know. I guess my counselor visit is my gift. I don't know. It's not really a thing, but I am sending some flowers to some lady friends, trying to be a gentleman. Whether or not they send me anything, up to them. But, that's one of the double standards we have here in the United States is a man can buy flowers for a woman, but God forbid a woman buy flowers for a man. I'd like some flowers. Shit. You send me some roses, man, I'll put them fuckers up proudly. Might even keep the vase. Use it for something else. Turn it into a bong. I don't fucking know, but shit. Y'all can get me some chocolates and candy and fucking cards and shit. I want presents with little hearts and shit on. I want a pizza in the shape of a heart with some pepperonis. Fuck, yeah. Treat me a little bit, shit. I'm a prize. Ugh. And speaking of love, since I don't want to dive into the history of Valentine's Day or something, I do want to talk about Taoism. That's what we're talking about today, folks. Modern day Taoism. It is an art of peace. So, what are some things that we need to know to understand Taoism or Taoism? I've heard either or. But what are some of the things that we can take right off the bat? Okay, so the first thing is you don't focus on the meaning. A lot of people tend to get lost into why are we here and what is the purpose of life? Don't focus on that meaning. In Taoism, we don't do that here, okay? Again, it's a philosophy, not a religion, even though it would be classified as one with the IRS. There's a big thing here, which is that you have to accept yourself, which is hard for people to do. Accept the good, accept the bad. This is your height. This is your, your eye color, This is who you are. Accept that person. Love that person and live your life for you. Okay? It's about you. You got to remember that. Your life's about you. What do you want? Like me, that's the problem that I'm having. I got to figure out what I want. I've been part of a partnership for years, so hell, fucking decades. And so now I got to figure what I want. Got to live for me, right? And so that's another big point about Taoism that you need to understand before we go further. Also, you need to understand that nature is ever changing, and so should you, okay? People tend to forget we rely on nature to survive. We rely on sunlight. We rely on food grown from the ground, okay? We rely on nature, all right? Trees and shit making oxygen and all that fun shit, okay? We rely on nature. So nature changes. Nature changes every fucking season all the time. And so you are growing. You are a person, so you can change too, and you should. You should not be the same person that you were 20 fucking years ago. That means you have had no growth. You have done nothing. You haven't learned shit. What the fuck are you doing? Living in a cave? Come on, all right? You gotta grow. Change always happens, and it's okay. And another thing, this is another thing that we need to understand before we dive into the practices of Taoism, okay? Express your own true nature, okay? And this is difficult because society has this, we're supposed to be this certain type of person, but no. You don't want to talk about the weather, don't talk about the fucking weather. You don't want to chat, you don't want to go out, you don't want to deal with this or do that. Be your person, be who you are, okay? Now, if you're a grumpy asshole, obviously, you need to learn manners, but you need to understand and learn how to express yourself and who you are. And a lot of people can do that without being a dick, Okay, so let's work on that. Welcome to church. All right, so let's dive in to the practice of Taoism. And I've got 13 quick practice points or lessons, basically, that people who practice Taoism use in their life. Okay, so let's look at lesson number 1. Help others, for we are all connected. Okay, now I've talked about this here before, the whole connection thing, okay? Everything boils down to positive and negative energy. All matter in the universe is made up of positive energy. You're made up of positive energy. Other people are made up of positive energy. That connects all of us. That connects us to the world and the other planets and the sun and the universe itself. Okay? We're all connected. It's all one big web. And so by helping others, what we're doing is we're showing that we care and that we want folks to achieve and grow. This is one way you help others. When you're helping, don't expect stuff in return because you're doing it to benefit this person, not yourself. All right? When I give money to the school here, the low-income school out here, I'm doing it because I want to help others. I'm not going up in there and expecting my name on a fucking plaque. I actually just talked to one of the teachers and I was like, look, I got another fucking fundraiser packet or some shit where they're selling, cookies or popcorn or what the fuck ever it is. And kids have to sell so many things and then they get points and the points go towards buying some junk toy bullshit. So I said, look, I don't even know how much of a cut you're getting from all of this stuff, but I don't want to buy this shit. So I tell you what if I just gave the school the cash? Let's cut out the fucking middleman here and I'll just give you some fucking cash. You give me a tax deductible receipt and we're good. So yeah, that's one way I try to help others. But to me, it always goes back to, living out in the country. It's like, hey, if you ever want your neighbors to help you, you have to help them. Okay? Quid pro quo. All right? Give what you get. Know what I'm saying? And that brings us down to Taoism practice number 2, which is to be authentic, be vulnerable, be imperfect. This goes back to the expressing your own true nature that I discussed earlier. Now, some people call this keeping it real. All right. Don't be a phony. Don't be a poser, dude. All right. You got to be you. Okay. And I've been trying to do this lately, and I know it's made some folks uncomfortable, but I'm trying to encourage folks to not be afraid to express their sadness, their pain. We often share our achievements and our loves and our passions, but I think it's also okay to share our pain. So I think it should be okay to be vulnerable, to understand that you're imperfect. We're all imperfect, okay? Everyone's got stretch marks and cellulite and shit, okay? None of us are perfect. We're all dealing with something, but that's okay. That's you. Be you, okay? Once again, as long as you're not an asshole, all right? Because that's the thing about Dudeism is just don't be an asshole, all right? Which brings us into the third practice of Taoism, which is do unto others. Here it is, man. We're back at the old golden rule that we have found in pretty much every friggin' religion on the planet. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, okay? It is that friggin' simple, okay? Treat others the way you want to be treated. Or take it a step further, we're supposed to be, is preached in like Christianity and Buddhism, which is treat others better. Some folks like to get tied up and whipped with a vacuum cleaner cord and shit. Okay, so try to treat others better, because let's just face it, some of us are not kind to ourselves, and we need to be. Okay, so be a little nicer to you. All right, give it a shot. Buy yourself an ice cream. All right, so that brings us down into the fourth practice here in Taoism, which is if people don't accept you for who you are, no action is required. You don't have to convince this person. You don't have to fight this person. All you got to do is walk away and leave those fucks in the rear view. You know what I'm saying? There was a quote I can tell you right now. My oldest daughter was talking with one of her friends, and one of her friends was like, "Hey, I wanted to do a new style with my hair, but I'm afraid that like people won't accept it." And my daughter said, I thought this was hilarious. She said, if people don't accept you for, she goes, just be you. Just do what you want to do. And if people don't accept you for who you are, just tell them to fuck off. That's what my dad always says. And I'm like, yeah, I concur. That is what I fucking say. Right on, kid. Right on. Preaching like her old man. So yeah, it's and I've had to do this too in my life. I've tried to be accepted by people who just didn't fucking like me or accept me, and I got to the point of like, what the fuck am I doing? Fuck you assholes. I'm leaving. And left them in the fucking rear view. Never looked back. Haven't talked to them in decades. Happy as a clam. It's like you don't need assholes in your life. You don't need fake people or people who want you to be something else in order for them to like you. It's like, what kind of shit is that? It's not a fucking friendship. It's an acting gig. Fuck all that, man. God, folks, you need to be real. I mean, shit, I'm trying to be as real as I can. I'm over here talking about dick sizes and shit. Fuck, I'm trying to be as honest as possible here, to be authentic as possible, because I think it's nice when people are. It's nice when people tell you the absolute blunt truth. I hate bullshit. I hate lies. I can't stand it. Don't deal with it. Don't put up with it, man. And so I'm all about just give me the blunt truth. And since my dad, was a truck driver, I hear the truth a lot. So that brings us down into the fifth practice of Taoism, and this one's going to be a tough one. This is a tough practice for folks out there. You ready for this one? Do not be attached to worldly possessions. All right? You can't take it with you. All right? That's going to be tough. All right? We love our phones and our cars and our devices and fucking PlayStation 5s and shit, But you can't get attached to it because stuff breaks down, stuff falls apart. It's not as important as a relationship you have with a person. You know what I mean? People are more... Value people, not possessions, man. That's where I go with it. Value people, not possessions. Fuck, I gotta trademark that. That's a t-shirt for my non-profit organization. Okay, so that's something that we all know we have to do. So remember, just you can't take it with you, all right? And the people who tried to take it with them typically get grave robbed, and you don't want that. All right, so that leads us down into the sixth teaching, or the sixth practice of Taoism, which is to follow your instincts, relax, okay, and do as you do. Now, this is a big part of where, the whole take it easy in Dudeism kind of comes from. It comes from this practice that you sort of follow instincts, you ride the wave. You can't force the wave, man, okay? When you see a surfer on a wave, he's not telling the wave what to do. He's riding that wave, and he's trying to control as much as he can. But at the end of the day, that wave will do whatever the fuck it wants to do because that is its nature. That is what it is supposed to do. That's why it's here on Earth. It's following its instincts. And as you notice, it's completely effortless. When waves crash or the wind blows or anything, it just does its fucking thing, man. And so you got to do as you do. All right, got to follow your instincts and make sure that wherever step you're taking, where you're going, is going to be one to where you are taking it easy. You got that cool, calm mind, you're collected, and you're making a good decision, because you don't make a good decision when you're stressed off and pissed and sad and shit, okay? So let's try and remember to follow our instincts. And I always tell that to people because it's always helped me. Like, you got a bad feeling about something and then you leave that area and sure enough something bad happens later. That right there, man, follow those instincts, okay? And as we talk about this steps into the seventh practice of Taoism, which is to smile and breathe. Not bad advice. I know it's tough. It's tough for me to smile and breathe. I'm fucking tell you right now. I got these panic attacks and I'm sad and shit. Oh, I'm sad. I don't want to be sad anymore. But I do find myself having these moments where I catch myself. I'm like, my shoulders are up and my jaw's clenched and I'm taking like short breaths and I have to stop and I have to like stretch my neck out, drop the shoulders, relax the jaw and fucking breathe and just take a fucking minute. Try to think of something that's funny, you know. And because what they really mean in this smile and breathe practice is that you need to take a moment, because sometimes you got to stop and you got to think, okay, I need to see the next step. That's what I need to do. I need that next step, and can't quite see it yet. So that's why there's this practice put in place. That's why it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, dude, then you need to stop and breathe. Smile, relax, remember, follow your instincts. Okay. And soon you will see that next step and you will be able to keep going. And have faith that you're going on the right path. And if you don't like the path you're on, pick a new one. It's okay. You have choice. It's all right. Okay. And as you're going, as you're smiling and breathing, as you're going along on that next step on your journey, it's going to fall into the eighth practice of Taoism, which is to let go of expectations and live in the here and now. Okay. And I've had to tell this to a few people in my life, and including myself, which is, don't expect shit. If you don't expect shit from anyone, you're never disappointed, okay? I have done times where I have expected things from people and have been horribly disappointed and very angry at them and da-da-da-da, and then I stopped and it was just like, what'd you expect? You know? You think people were just going to pull a bottle of magic dust out of their ass, just poof, and everything was going to be great? No, man, you got to drop that shit. Let go. Let go of the expectations. Quit worrying about the fucking future, because most of the shit you worry about ain't going to happen anyway, okay? So stop. Chill. Okay? We're going to live in the here and now. And that's what I'm trying to do, man, and it's tough. You know, there's still pictures of my late wife around, because I got two kids and this is their mother. And, I'm not trying to bury their mom. But it is sad. They will have moments where they'll, see a picture and just talk about how sad they are that they miss their mom. And it's tough because, yeah, sure, I can have another wife, but you only get one mother. And my kids lost theirs. And so one of the reasons that I've kind of fallen into these kind of teachings is because it's giving me another set of tools to help deal with the situation. Because I want my kids to laugh. I want my kids to live in the here and the now and be authentic and accept themselves and love themselves. But if I don't know how to do that, then we got a problem. So I got to step outside the comfort zone and learn new shit and learn new tools. And I find that is often a good way to be. Because the smartest person is always a student. And that's the same for me. Always learning, man, especially with all the tech nowadays. Dude, I needed my kids' help to work an iPad the other day. Jesus. I'm getting to that age, man. But, and as I talk about this, it's leading into the ninth practice of Taoism, which is take time to heal, okay, and be patient. I am healing right now. I don't know how long this is going to be. People usually say there's this like general rule that however many years you're with a person, that's how many years it's going to take to get over them. And I'm like, dude, That's 22 years. I'm 43. What the fuck? Okay. Gonna finally be able to like move forward with a relationship when I'm 65? Like fucking shit, man. Come on. I'm gonna need boner pills by that point. Fuck. Let's not go that route, man. Let's not go that route. But I do accept the fact that yeah, I need time to heal, man. I got issues, I got problems. I need to stop and figure this out. Learn some new tools, learn how to get around it. And I got to be patient with myself. This shit takes time, man. We're all about the now, 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 and the here, 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 and the gimme, 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 and, you know, receiving information measured in milliseconds. It's like, fuck, man. Takes me a few fucking seconds just to figure out a math problem here. So be patient. I really want to stress that to folks. Please be patient with yourselves. Be patient with others. Because honestly, sometimes the world just friggin' needs it. Things take time. Especially good things. They take time. You know, it's like, yeah, you can go and get a fucking cheap ass cheeseburger at a fast food place. But if you were at home and you took the time and you were patient and you made the cheeseburger at home and it'd be thick and delicious, yes, that's what you want to eat, man. That's what you want. Oh, now as you are taking time to heal, just as I am, it's leading us into the 10th practice here in Taoism, which is to embrace the silence. Okay? Take moments for yourself. I do this every podcast. We take 5 minutes to rest and relax and just have some peace and quiet, just to think, okay? Instead of making everyone say prayers or sing songs in this ministry, I want you to take 5 minutes for yourself to just chill, to just take it easy and let your mind relax and not feel the stress and pressure of life. Just for a little bit, man. Just for a little bit. I hope you do it every day. You know, whether it's meditation, prayer, having a coffee. Me, I like to treat myself by like going to a little breakfast place and getting myself breakfast. You know, something like that. Whatever it is. Meditation does help. Or, you know, get really high. That's another option. All right, so let's go down into the 11th teaching of modern day Taoism, which is to let go of perfection. Okay? Faults make us beautiful. And I totally fucking agree with this shit. Okay? Perfection is fucking impossible. Nobody is perfect. If there's someone who you think in your life is perfect, they're not. It's bullshit. It's all fucking smoke and mirrors. We all have issues. We're all flawed. Embrace it. Our faults are what make us beautiful. It's what makes us who we are. Okay? Yeah, I got some big fucking scars, but it's making me who I am. It's why I am who I am today. It's why I'm doing what I'm doing and why I'm at where I'm at. Okay? So I got to embrace those faults. And sometimes they can be tough. Sometimes you have faults that are real fucking shitty and you have to work on them. Okay, well, embrace them. Be patient. Grow. Change. Just like everything we've been talking here. Okay? You can do these things. All right? I believe in you. Now, let's go into, because once again, these steps, this acceptance, this letting go of perfection and loving ourselves for the beautiful bitches that we are. Let's talk about the 12th teaching here in modern day Taoism, which is to listen to your heart. I know there's a song lyric. I know. But what it's saying is that remove the conflict, remove the pain, set boundaries for yourself to help protect your heart. Okay? Don't allow your heart to be troubled and torn apart and ripped in pieces. It's tough because my heart's in pieces right now. I'm trying to fix and mend things together, man. It's not fucking easy, but there is a conflict within me that I need to understand, that I need to grow and learn and change. in order to get better. I have to find a way to help heal that pain, remove the conflicts in my mind, the contradictions, the overwhelming stress, and all that. And I need to set up certain boundaries to make sure that I'm taking care of myself. Because at the end of the day, if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to take care of others. And I don't know about you, but like I said, I got kids. I got responsibilities, man. My world's different than a single folk with no children, okay? Very, very much very different. And so, yeah, I've got to set boundaries, man. I got to take time for myself, okay? And if you have problems taking time for yourself, just tell everyone that you're praying, and they'll leave you alone. All right, and so while we're setting those boundaries, this all leads into the 13th and last teaching of modern-day Taoism, which is be kind to yourself. Now, you might think that this has been repeated a little bit here with like the letting go of perfection and embracing your faults and things like that. But this is really the reason that this is its own teaching, this own practice, is that it is one that a lot of us don't do. It's like I said, a lot of us don't really treat ourselves as well as we should. Like if we knew a person who was treating us this way, we would yell at them, you know? So we need to stop that. We need to get a grip on that. We need to get a hold on that. Because you should be kind to yourself. I mean, if you're kind to others all day long, can't you give yourself a little bit of love? Come on, what's in your heart? Give yourself a little love. I'm a terrible singer. I'm trying to get singing lessons. I'm working on it. But, you know, like I said, I love to smoke. All right, now that you have heard these 13 teachings of modern-day Taoism and can understand a little bit on how this relates to Dudeism, and I showed a few points here about how that it does, I want you to just absorb these for a minute. I want you to think about helping others, being authentic, treating others with kindness. People, setting boundaries so that way the people that are in your inner circle accept you for you and love you for you. I hope that you can follow your instincts, smile, breathe, let go of expectations, allow yourself to heal. Embrace those fun, silent little moments where you can get a little peace. And we're going to be doing that here today, as I hope you learn to love and be kind to yourself. So let this be the first start. So we're going to do 5 minutes of quiet time here. Silence, prayer, meditation, whatever it is you want to do. We're going to play a little music to help kind of calm the area, and we're going to take 5 minutes for you to reflect on this, to think about it, and try to decide how can you use this in your life? How could you use these teachings to help benefit you? Because if you get better, then everyone around you is going to get better too. So let's go ahead. We're going to start those 5 minutes right now. All right. Oops, sorry. All right, okay. Glad you're back. Well, hope you took that time to reflect. Hope you took it to rest yourself a minute. And I hope that this maybe opened up a little bit more of your mind about Taoism and what it means and how it's sort of incorporated to Dudeism. And once I get that Form 1023 so I get my 501c3 tax exemption, I will definitely be asking for your seed money and donations to help grow this little online ministry. Because, hey, man, it's not easy, all right? I know I got to work on a lot of things, man, and I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep trugging along. I'm going to get my stuff done, but I'm also going to let myself heal, give myself time, and understand that, hey, man, I need a break too on this journey. So while you're going out there in the world, man, while you're doing your thing, I hope you remember to take it easy. Because when you take it easy, the dude abides. Thanks for listening. Hope you tune in next time.